I mean, obviously it's very exactly important what seed points.
Yes.
Meet Amanda Feilding, a one-off. She's the Countess of Wies and March and a leading advocate of cannabis decriminalisation around the world.
And that one is the connectivity pattern.
But she's also actively involved in academic research into how drugs like cannabis work in the brain.
It's very open-ended.
It's open, yeah.
Cannabis and the psychedelics are my field of interest. And they've been used since the beginning of human history.
And this does show you everything.
One wants to understand more about the harms and the potential benefits. And that's really why I set up the Beckley Foundation, because there were thousands of studies financed by governments around the world to find negatives, but there was no one looking at the potential positive aspects and how it works in the brain.
Among the research the Beckley Foundation has supported is the science trial on cannabis carried out by Professor Val Curran at UCL for Drugs Live Cannabis on Trial, mainly funded by Channel 4.
It's the only medically approved way of having cannabis.
I've been involved with Professor Val Curran for quite a few years.
5, 6.
What we're trying to do is tease apart the reality of how these things work in the brain and what lessons can we learn from it. And I think this is very important research because it's the first one to investigate the two strains of cannabis, one high THC and the other equally high THC but balanced by CBD. CBD has been a great passion of mine for about 6 or 8 years. I've done research. The things that it can be beneficial for, you can't believe one substance, antipsychotic, anti-anxiolytic, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancerous, anti-diabetic. I mean, it just goes on and on. So there's a great amount of research which needs to be done on it. Cannabis is an amazing medicine. That is what millions of people around the world are saying. And they're going to the extent of breaking the law in order to take cannabis because it is medicating their problems better than what they can get legally through the doctor in the chemist shop.
With more and more parts of the world moving towards legalising cannabis, how confident is Amanda that the law in the UK will change?
I actually think that the intellectual battle is won. There are very few intelligent people who won't, at least privately, say, of course it doesn't work, prohibition. Of course we have to move towards a regulated market. I mean, I think the state should take care of its citizens in a way that minimises the harms and protects their health, and to put the supply and the production of cannabis into the illegal market does not do that. And we can see that from just the fact that the only cannabis available to our young people is skunk, not a balanced variety. We are not approaching it in an intelligent way at the moment. I think we're lagging behind now very seriously. I'd very much request that the government much more carefully investigates what are other options to protect the young and patients in need.